Hi, this is Rachel from the blog thislovelylittle.farmhouse.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make some super easy do-it-yourself homemade Christmas ornaments. They're perfect for if you are decorating with the farmhouse style, if you're doing kind of a minimalist Scandinavian type decoration theme, if you want to do kind of rustic, or you could, they're so versatile that you could change them up to do any kind of theme that you're doing. Blue, white, red, whatever you're doing. You can change them up. They're easy to customize. They're also super inexpensive. All that you use for them is applesauce and cinnamon. And it can be the cheapest stuff you can find. You're not eating them, so it doesn't matter if it's like the high quality stuff. You just need it to be cinnamon and applesauce, okay? I love that they can be made for super cheap. They're great for Christmas decorations. If you're on a really small budget, you need something inexpensive, you can make a whole batch of these Christmas ornaments for the same amount that you could buy 1 or 2 ornaments in the store, even at like Hobby Lobby half price. They're still expensive and they're gonna cost you a lot of money. You can fill your tree up with simple homemade ornaments that are using natural elements that you can forage, like pine cones. You can make pine cone ornaments. You can do things like these cinnamon applesauce ornaments. It's really easy, and you can make some really cute homemade decorations if you just look for some ideas. And also, they're super fun to make with kids, and one of my favorite parts of decorating the tree every year is looking at the backs of the homemade ornaments we've made throughout the years that have the date on, because I'm a really sentimental person, and it just is so nostalgic and gives you such a feeling of nostalgia and tradition and all those wonderful Christmas feels. So I really like the homemade Christmas ornament idea. Not only are they special, but they're cheap. So works for me. So you're gonna need cinnamon, applesauce, a bowl to mix it up with, a rolling pin to roll them out, and some cookie cutters, whatever shapes you want. I have some gingerbread men in different sizes, and I also have some stars in various sizes. So those are what I'm gonna be making today. And if you wanna decorate them, you'll need whatever you wanna decorate them with. I'm gonna use some white puff paint. It's actually, what I have is 3D fabric paint. That's all I could find. But it's the same thing. So you could get white 3D fabric paint. You could use sprinkles if you have kids and you wanna go all out and let them have a great time. Do sprinkles and all kinds of creative things. You could also just leave them plain if you're wanting to go rustic. Time with a little piece of burlap, a little piece of jute twine. We're gonna start out by putting equal amounts of applesauce and cinnamon. And depending on where you live, humidity, your ingredients, you might need to add a little more applesauce if they're too dry, a little more cinnamon if they're too wet. You want them to be fairly dry but spreadable. So similar to like a sugar cookie texture is what we're looking for here. It's really easy also to scale the recipe up or down depending on how much you want to make, because it's equal amounts of both. And yes, this has been opened. We were eating on it. Don't tell anyone. It smells good already. Okay, now we're gonna mix this together and see how it looks texture-wise. If I need to add a little more of either one, I will. I'm gonna start mixing it with a spoon, but be prepared to get your hands in there because it's not gonna mix up all the way with a spoon. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is definitely too wet. So we're gonna add some more cinnamon, and I would say about 1/4 cup increments, 1/4 to 1/2 cup increments, because you don't want to get into this vicious cycle of more cinnamon, more applesauce, more cinnamon, more applesauce. You'll just end up with a ton of ornaments. And I did want to say, I'm doing these without glue. A lot of recipes call for glue. I'm doing it without because I know that my 1.5-year-old is going to want them. She is gonna see them on the tree and think they're cookies and take a big old huge bite out of them before I can stop her. So I'm doing them without glue. Not that they'll taste good. She's not gonna eat the whole thing because they're gonna taste gross, but they will be food safe just in case. she gets a hold of them and takes a big old bite before I can stop her. So this is looking a lot better. You can see it's sticking together. It's balling up. That's what you want. So I'm just gonna get my hands in there and mix it a little bit better so it's really well incorporated. Okay, this is mixed really well. A couple options of what you can do. You can either dust your surface with some cinnamon. That's gonna leave some cinnamon on your cookies when you bake them. Not that big of a deal, but it'll be there. Or you can put down like parchment paper or saran wrap or something like that. You'll know when you get the right amount because it just starts rolling super, super smooth. Okay, and I got this all rolled out, so I'm gonna cut out some stars. Okay, put them on our pan. And then I'm gonna cut some smaller stars out of this one. It's like doing a puzzle, figuring out where to put it to get the most out of your dough you got. Okay, very important. Before you bake your ornaments, don't forget to poke a hole in them to hang them with. You can hang them with either twine, jute, ribbon. Just keep in mind what you're going to hang them with when you're making your holes, because you might need to do them a little bit bigger than straw size if you're doing like a ribbon or something. I've seen even cloth, really like little strips of cloth. If you have scrap fabric, it's a really cute idea. You might need to declog your straw if it starts getting stuck in there, like mine. After you get all of your holes poked, you're going to bake them in 200 degrees for about 2.5 hours. Around 2 hours, I would start watching them because depending on how thick you rolled them, if they're a little bit thinner, you don't want to burn them. If they're a little bit thicker, they might need to go a little longer. You just want to bake them until they're completely dry. Okay, these are done. You can see they are baked. They're not wet anymore. Now I will show y'all. I did some. The first ones that I did were kind of on the dry side, and they were a lot thicker, and they cracked a lot worse when they were baking. And then I realized, I thought, ooh, those are too damp. So I did some more that were thinner and drier, and they not only rolled out a lot better, but when they baked, they didn't crack. A few of them did roll up, kind of curl up on the edges, which you can see, but I think that that was a lot better than the ones that cracked, because the ones that are cracked, you can't even really salvage them. And the thinner ones, I ended up, they only baked for 1.5 hours at 200. So watch your time close. If you are doing thinner ones, you're gonna watch and don't burn them, because they will, but if I'd have left them in there for 2.5 hours, they'd have been burnt to a crisp. So watch them close to check for doneness. You just want them to be dry and firm. And the other thing, check them. You'll probably want to go around with a little piece of sandpaper and sand the edges. I've done a few of these already, but they're very rough after you cut them with the cookie cutter. It doesn't take much, just rub the edges. It really makes a big difference though in the finished look of it. So I recommend doing that. It just makes them look really nice. If you try these cinnamon ornaments, please let me know. Tag me on Instagram at this lovely little farmhouse. I would really love to see what you come up with and how they turn out for you. As always, thank you so much to everyone who watches and likes my videos, subscribes to my channel. Your support means more to me than you will ever know, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. See you on the next video. Bye. Ounce cinnamon using 2 things. So it's really easy to what do you call it stuff. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.